Bees. So magnificent, so absolutely vital to the survival of the human race and other animals. Let's find out why in this episode of Intelligent Design. Bees. You see them every day. Well, almost every day. See them all over the place. So, why bees are so important? Now, maybe you thought about it, maybe you haven't. But I bet there's some things that you actually don't know. As to why bees are so important. You ever wondered where all the food that you eat comes from? Well, it might surprise you that a significant portion is provided by bees one way or another. If you look at the plate of food on your dinner table, bees have played their part either pollinating the many vegetables and fruits we eat directly, or pollinating the food for the animals that we consume. And that's not all bees do for us. Honey and wax are two other important products that come courtesy of bees. See? Food in general. Now, globally, there are more honeybees than other types of bee and pollinating insects. So it is the world's most important pollinator of food crops. And it is estimated that 1/3 of the food that we consume each day relies on pollination, mainly by bees, but also by other insects, birds and bats and stuff. But bees are the main pollinators. Now, many domestic and imported fruits and vegetables require pollination. And I guarantee you there's some foods that you didn't know require pollination by bees. For instance, avocados. Yes, you might be shaking your head, but avocados. As well as soybeans, asparagus, broccoli, yes, that's right, broccoli, celery, squash, sunflowers, which are mainly used for oil, cucumbers, citrus fruits, peaches, kiwis, cherries, cranberries, as well as melons, watermelons, honeydew, cantaloupe, melons in general, and blueberries and almonds. Yes, these foods all require bees to pollinate them. Honeybees, think about it. What would we do without them? If we require them to pollinate all these foods, if they were to go away, what would happen? Honeybees also pollinate other foods as well. And honeybees, they play an essential role in pollination of commercial crops, with around 80% of the U.S. crops said to be dependent on honeybees. Pollination It's not just important for the food we eat directly, it's vital for the foraging crops, such as field beans and clover, used to feed the livestock we depend on for meat. Just as importantly, it helps to feed many other animals in the food chain and maintains the genetic diversity of the flowering plant. Again, these little itty bitty things, little bitty bees, are so vital to our survival. For instance, clovers, like I mentioned earlier, clovers and alfalfa. They are definitely vital for them because these plants are eaten by cattle, and we eat them to survive. There are implications for the meat and dairy industry too, and that is not to mention the huge range of manufactured food products made from all these ingredients. Yeah, so it's not just food, it's food products as well. Now, pollination is the vital process in flowering plant reproduction involving the transfer of pollen grains from the anther, or male part, to the stigma, or the female part of the same or another plant of the same species. The fertilized egg cells grow into seeds, which are then spread into many fruits and vegetables that we all love to eat. This transfer of pollen, it can be done by the wind, birds, bats, mammals, and of course insects. One of the most important of these are the honeybees that pollinate on a huge commercial scale. All sorts of fruit and vegetables are pollinated by honeybees, but we've just discussed. But I'm just trying to emphasize on how important honeybees are, and just bees in general. In addition, honeybees play a significant role in the pollination of other important crops, such as cotton. Yes, in case you didn't know, they pollinate cotton, as well as flax seeds. Yes, but I didn't even know that. Yeah, they pollinate flax seeds. And there are also a number of valuable non-food products produced by the honeybees, such as beeswax, used in cleaning and beauty products. But honeybees, sadly, are disappearing globally at an alarming rate due to pesticides, parasites, disease, and habitat loss. If these little insects that help provide so much of the food we eat were to vanish, what would we do without them? I'm sure we could try to pollinate ourselves, but would it really be as effective? The bumblebee is also important. Yeah, not just honeybees. The bumblebee is also used commercially in the UK and the US as a pollinator of food crops, such as tomatoes. I didn't know that. They actually pollinate tomatoes. Strawberries, soft fruits like that, as well as raspberries and blackberries. So all these little fruits and vegetables that you love to enjoy, they require bees to pollinate them. Bumblebees, due to their size, shape, and ability to vibrate vigorously, they are more effective at pollinating certain crops. The UK alone has 25 native species of bumblebees. Now, this may seem like a healthy number, but unfortunately, 3 of the species are already extinct, 2 are critically endangered, and many more are seriously declining in numbers. And that's just in the UK. It's happening in the US as well and all over the world. Bee numbers are dropping dramatically. So remember, the next time you see, a bee, just remember it's doing what it was made to do. And never forget the words of Albert Einstein. Yes, Albert Einstein said this: Life without these insects would be a global disaster. Man would have only 4 years of life left. No more bees, no more pollination, no more plants, no more animals, no more man. Yes, coming from Albert Einstein. And it's the truth. They are so vital that if they were to disappear, we would disappear as well. Therefore, bees really are an intelligent